Hi, I'm Wade Setaway with Roseburg High School. Today we have here for you 3 interviews of students that have had experiences with LSD. The effects of LSD are very significant, as you can tell from these interviews. So, have you ever tried drugs before?
Yes, I've tried marijuana before. But after what I saw drugs do to my sister, I told myself I'd never do them again.
And what kind of drugs does your sister use?
It started with marijuana like me, but escalated to so much more. She started with marijuana and then she moved on to hash. About a month later, she decided to use shrooms, and she got such a trip off of that she decided to go to LSD. And I'm pretty sure that she does LSD now, but she finds new drugs so often I can never be sure.
So you said LSD. How does she act?
Well, I don't know. I don't spend any time with her anymore. She separated herself from my family.
So, how does this affect your family?
Well, my sister was always more of a parent to me than my mom was, and we never met our father. I'd always go to her when I was in need, and I'd tell her all of my secrets, expecting she wouldn't tell anybody. We'd laugh together, and we'd watch old movies, and now I don't even know my sister. Sometimes it makes me depressed, and even times at night I'll go to bed crying, knowing that I'll never have anybody to go to anymore.
So, would you like to make any statements about LSD?
Not only does LSD, but all drugs ruin your life. Most of all, it hurts the ones who love you most.
So, how did you start taking drugs?
I think my boyfriend gave them to me. Yeah, that's what happened.
How did he get it?
I think he got it from his friends. Not really sure, but yeah, I think so.
Why'd you start?
Well, he said that he didn't want to do it alone, but, and he also said that it would loosen me up, so I thought that was a good idea.
So your boyfriend influenced you?
Yes.
Were you taught about LSD in school?
Not really sure. I think so, but I'm pretty sure I skipped class that day so I could, hang out with my boyfriend.
So, what was your first experience being high?
I remember it was like I had one of those kaleidoscope thingies in my head, and like all of these cubes and stuff, you know, I could like see like sounds like they were colors. It was pretty psychedelic.
So how often do you take drugs?
I usually only take it on the weekends. That way I'm not all messed up for school, you know.
Do you think you're addicted?
No.
So you could quit right now?
Well, tonight's not good for me. I'm going to a party with my boyfriend, and I really need to be relaxed for this one. It's supposed to be like really wild.
So what are the side effects?
Well, like this one time in my math class, I just it was almost like I passed out, but I didn't, and I remembered a previous experience with LSD. I was watching my teacher, and then all of a sudden I started seeing the color blue. And
like a flashback?
Yeah, like a flashback.
So how do you take it?
I usually inject it. That way I get the feeling right away.
So this is my last question. What are your average grades?
I think right now I have a D average, but I might have an F in a couple classes. I'm not sure yet.
So, how'd you start taking LSD?
My friends offered it to me after homecoming last year at a party.
So you were pressured by your friends to take it?
Well, they didn't pressure me. They just told me it would relax me, and it wasn't like anyone would have found out. So I just took it.
How'd they get the LSD?
I don't know. I know it's really easy to get, but they always gave it to me, so it wasn't really that big of a deal.
What was your first time taking LSD like?
It was crazy. I didn't remember anything until I had my first flashback. And it was all these really wild colors and geometric shapes. And it made me feel really happy, but then it made me feel really sad and scared. My heart was beating so fast.
Why'd you start taking LSD?
I'm a part of National Honor Society track leadership, and I had a 4.0 GPA. I also had scholarships and college applications to do. I needed a release from all the stress in my life.
Were you taught in your health class about LSD?
Of course, I got an A on the test, but I never ever thought that would have been me.
So how often did you take LSD?
I only took it at parties with my friends. It really wouldn't have been as fun if I took it by myself.
Were you addicted?
Yeah, I was addicted. I've been clean for 2 months. After taking LSD for like 6 months, I was just failing at everything. My grades went down. I wasn't in sports anymore.
That sounds pretty terrible. So how did LSD affect your daily life?
I was really emotional all the time because the flashbacks would just really freak me out, and I went into really deep depression.
How'd you quit?
My parents took me to a rehab, and it helped me a lot, just figure out my life and how to deal with stress. And I really wish I could have used another way to get rid of all my stress, because taking LSD was the worst mistake of my entire life. I now have to retake another year of high school because I screwed up my senior year. LSD ruined my life.
So, as you can see from these interviews, LSD has a massive negative effect on people's lives and the people around them. Don't take LSD, it ruins lives.